Hey, Cowboys Nation, how's everybody doing out there today? I've got to be real with y'all. This is one of those days where words just don't come easy. Usually, I try to kick things off with energy, with that same excitement we all feel when talking about America's team, but today, man, today is different. There's no script that fits moments like this. You can't really plan what to say when something hits this hard. You just speak from the heart and hope that the message reaches the people who need to hear it most. Before we dive into anything football-related, I just want to take a second to say, may God bless the soul of Marshawn. May he find the peace that maybe he couldn't find here. This isn't just another football story, y'all. This isn't about contracts or stats or who's next up on the depth chart. This is about life. This is about a young man, gone way too soon, and the reminder that even the strongest-looking people might be fighting silent battles that nobody can see. Marshawn was more than just a player. He was a brother, a son, a teammate, and from everything I've ever heard about him, a good human being. Somebody who loved to laugh, someone who brought energy into every room he walked into. It's easy for people on the outside to just see a name on a jersey, a guy on the field making tackles or rushing the passer, but behind every helmet, behind every number, there's a whole person. There's a story, there are dreams, there are struggles, and sometimes there's pain that we never get to see. And I think that's what hits hardest about this kind of news. Because it reminds us that life moves fast, man. We get caught up in the grind, in the noise, in the wins and losses, in what's trending on social media, and we forget to really look at each other. We forget to check in. We forget to ask if the person next to us is doing okay. And that's what I want this moment to be about. Not rumors, not speculation, not trying to figure out what happened. Just reflection, just compassion. If you're watching this and you're struggling, please, I'm begging you, talk to somebody. Don't try to carry that weight alone. You might think no one will understand, but I promise you, somebody out there does. Somebody has been where you are, felt what you're feeling, and made it through. You are not alone, no matter how dark things feel. And I don't care if it's a friend, a coach, a family member, or even someone you barely know. Reach out. Let somebody in. Because silence can be the heaviest thing in the world to carry. Man, this one hurts. The Cowboys organization has already been informed, and I can only imagine how those guys in that locker room are feeling right now. They're not just losing a teammate, they're losing a brother. That bond inside a football team, it's real. These guys go to battle together every single week. They share victories, they share failures, they push each other through pain. So when one of them is gone, it's like a piece of that family is missing. This is a moment that forces you to stop and breathe, to step away from the noise. We talk so much about what players need to do on the field, but how often do we talk about how they're doing off it? These guys are under so much pressure, man. Expectations, criticism, scrutiny, it's endless. And we, as fans, sometimes forget that they're humans first. They have emotions. They have good days and bad days, just like all of us. So maybe this is a wake-up call for all of us, not just as fans, but as people. Maybe this is a reminder to be kinder, to speak life into people instead of tearing them down, to take a second before firing off that angry comment or that harsh opinion online, because you never really know what that person on the other side of the screen is going through. A few kind words can make a difference, more than we realize. You know, football teaches a lot about life. It teaches discipline, teamwork, perseverance, but it also teaches you how fragile things can be. One play can change everything. One moment can flip your whole world upside down. And if this tragedy tells us anything, it's that we can't take a single day for granted. You have to cherish the time you've got. You have to hold on to the people you love. Because tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. Marshawn, man, from everything I've seen, he was a competitor through and through. He had that fire, that drive that makes you root for a guy. And it's so heartbreaking to see that light go out so soon. I didn't know him personally, but I know what he represented. I know the way his teammates talked about him. I know the way he carried himself. And you could tell, this was a guy who loved the game, who loved being around his brothers, who wanted to make something of himself. And that's what makes this sting so bad, because you can't help but think about all the life he still had left to live. But this conversation isn't just about one man. It's about all of us. It's about how we treat each other, how we support one another. Are we listening when someone speaks? Are we noticing when someone starts to fade? Are we doing our part to lift others up when we see them falling? Because the truth is, We can all make a difference in someone's life, even in the smallest ways. A smile, a text, a call. It costs you nothing, but it could mean everything to someone else. There's something powerful in taking a moment like this and using it as motivation to do better, to live better, to love harder. Because when pain like this hits, it leaves you speechless. It leaves you asking questions you'll never have answers to. But the only thing we can do moving forward is to learn. Learn to be there for each other. Learn to choose compassion over criticism. Learn to prioritize peace over chaos. And I know it's not easy. Life throws things at us that we can't always understand. Sometimes the hits just keep coming, and it feels like there's no break in sight. But every time you choose to rise instead of fall, every time you choose to keep going, you're making the world a little better, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Martian's story is going to stay with this team. It's going to stay with this fan base. Because this isn't just about losing a football player. It's about losing a member of the family. It's about remembering that behind the helmet, behind the highlights, there's a human being who had dreams, who had people that loved him, who was just trying to find his way. So if there's anything I hope we all take from this, it's to enjoy the moments while we have them. Don't let negativity steal your joy. Don't let anger or envy or bitterness cloud your heart. Because life's too short, man. And you never know when a conversation, a moment, a small act of kindness might make a difference in someone else's story. You know, when I think about Marshawn, I can't help but think about how fragile this game and this life really are. Football has a way of making guys seem invincible, big pads, bright lights, all that adrenaline on Sundays. But underneath it all, every single one of those players is a human being, just like the rest of us. They feel pressure, they feel stress, they have fears they don't always talk about. It's easy for fans, and even the media, to forget that behind the highlight reels and press conferences, there's someone trying to balance it all. Someone trying to hold themselves together while the world keeps demanding more. What happened to Marshawn is a reminder that sometimes the battles we don't see are the toughest ones. You can't always spot pain from the outside. You can't always know what someone is carrying because people get good at hiding it. They smile, they post, they joke, they keep it moving because they think that's what the world expects of them. But deep down, they're screaming for help. And man, that's what hurts. Because maybe, just maybe, if we all slowed down a bit and paid closer attention, we might notice when someone's not okay. I think about the locker room right now, the coaches, the staff, the players. It's not just grief they're feeling. It's confusion, disbelief, and probably a lot of guilt. Everybody asking themselves, could I have done more? Did I miss the signs? Should I have called? Should I have said something? And that's the kind of pain that sticks with you. Because once someone's gone, you can't go back and fix it. You can't take back the moments you let pass. You can only learn from it and promise yourself you'll do better moving forward. That's why, to me, this isn't a story about tragedy. It's a story about awareness, about understanding that mental health isn't something you can just brush off. It's real, it's heavy, and it doesn't care how talented you are, how strong you look, how much money you make, or how many people cheer for you on Sundays. It affects everyone. And the more we start having open, honest conversations about it, the better chance we have at saving somebody else before it's too late. We talk about brotherhood in football all the time, but brotherhood isn't just celebrating after a touchdown. It's checking on your guy after a tough loss. It's making sure your teammate, your friend, is good even when the cameras aren't around. Because when that locker room empties, when the stadium lights go out, life keeps going. And that's when the real challenges begin. Some guys go home to family and support. Others go home to silence. And in that silence, that's when the mind starts playing tricks. That's when the darkness creeps in. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of seeing young athletes, young people in general, lose their lives before they even get a chance to fully live them. I'm tired of the fake toughness that tells men they can't cry, can't speak up, can't be vulnerable. That mindset is killing people. Because strength isn't about pretending everything's fine. Strength is about being brave enough to admit when it's not. It's about asking for help, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about realizing that taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your body. And for the fans, I know it's easy to get caught up in the game. It's emotional, it's passionate, and we all love this team. But maybe this is a reminder to show a little more grace. These players see everything that's said about them. They hear the boos, they read the comments, they feel the weight of expectations. So maybe, just maybe, we could choose to build them up instead of tearing them down. A little empathy goes a long way. I also think about the coaches, the people in charge, and how much responsibility they carry. It's not just about wins and losses anymore. It's about creating an environment where players feel safe, where they can open up, where they know they won't be judged for feeling human. Because that's what leadership really is. It's not just drawing up plays. It's being someone that others can lean on when the noise gets too loud. And for everyone listening right now, man, I hope this makes you think. I hope it makes you pick up your phone after this video and text that friend you haven't talked to in a while. I hope it makes you call your parents, your siblings, your old teammate, whoever it might be. You never know what that conversation could mean to them. Sometimes, a simple, "Hey, you good?" can change someone's entire day. Life is unpredictable. It throws things at you when you least expect it. But one thing we can control is how we treat the people around us. Whether it's a stranger, a coworker, or a friend, lead with kindness. Lead with patience. Because everybody's fighting something, even if you can't see it. And the world's already hard enough without us making it harder for each other. As for the Cowboys, this is going to be one of those moments that stays with the team. They'll play through the pain. They'll dedicate the season to Martian's memory, and they'll carry him with them every time they step on that field. Because that's what teams do. They find strength in each other. They turn heartbreak into motivation. They turn loss into legacy. But even beyond the game, I hope this becomes a turning point, not just for the Cowboys, but for all of us who love sports. Because at the end of the day, football is a game. A beautiful game, yes, but still just a game. Life is bigger. Life is the real championship we're all playing for. And if this tragedy teaches us anything, it's that we've got to start taking better care of one another. So to Marshawn Neen, rest easy, young king. You gave everything you had to the game, and now it's time for peace. And to anyone watching this who's struggling in silence, please remember that your story isn't over. You still matter. You're still here for a reason. Don't give up. Reach out. Let somebody in. Because tomorrow could be the day everything starts to change for the better. We'll keep your memory alive, Marshawn. Every cheer, every snap, every moment of resilience on that field will carry a piece of you. Your fight, your energy, your smile, they won't be forgotten. And for the rest of us, it's on us now to carry that light forward, to be better, to love harder, and to make sure nobody around us ever feels like they have to fight their battles alone. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. A storm appears to be brewing in Dallas, and it's coming from the locker room itself. Sources close to the team suggest that one of the Dallas Cowboys' top defenders has dropped a bombshell accusation, claiming that betrayal is taking place within the organization. This came from inside the club, the player allegedly said, sending shockwaves through fans and insiders alike. The Cowboys have long been under the microscope, with critics pointing out inconsistencies both on and off the field. Yet, this revelation goes beyond strategy or performance. It strikes at the very heart of trust within the squad. Rumors are swirling that internal politics, perhaps even sabotage, could be affecting not just morale but gameplay. Some whispers hint that certain staff members or even teammates may be deliberately undermining others, though nothing has been officially confirmed. Fans are divided. Some are calling for transparency, demanding that team management clarify what is happening behind closed doors. Others fear that this scandal could fracture the locker room, potentially impacting the Cowboys' performance in upcoming games. Analysts speculate that if these claims are true, the fallout could be significant, prompting a reevaluation of leadership and internal dynamics. The defender in question has been a key figure for the Cowboys, known for his on-field intensity and loyalty. For him to make such a public accusation suggests frustration has reached a boiling point. Social media is already alight with debates, memes, and speculation, with hashtags hinting at the possibility of hidden agendas and conspiracies within the team. While Dallas has yet to release a formal statement addressing the claims, insiders say the atmosphere is tense. Could this be a turning point for the franchise? Or is it just the latest in a long line of locker room rumors that never fully materialize? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. In the world of professional football, trust is as crucial as talent. And according to this explosive claim, it may be in dangerously short supply at AT&T Stadium. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.